بلخيلو تعزازا في أبلو كي تربى شهد إلو نوح صوف درب عودة تطاليلو بقول صمود ليتو زاسمرة بتاريخو حاولت تتخلى حزبه وكمبار كرات بعصرة بوليتيكا قرن أفريكا بعلوز الطيارة بقول صمود ليتو زاسمرة بتاريخو حاولت تتخلى حزبه وكمبار كرات بعصرة بوليتيكا قرن أفريكا بعلوز الطيارة اسمعكم بان سرح قيام بعد حموت قبل العالم الثورة والقالسي يحيتنا يعلم تمزازة بتاقة طفلة تموت نحيا لان سعاد أفريقيا صغيرة هزبا وغنبار ستو وثانية زرزار فحصو زرزار فحصو زرزار فحصو قلتات زنببة كم حدود زي وزن كبرتات زنجسة هزبا وغنبار أبتو ببزتة طبابة تسمعوا بمبار عالم وزاربه حسبة بلاتك عصر حوزاتي وقيادك أراويت عالم وقرمه عطي نور نورا كايدا الشعبية قلبي على المخدة تسمعوا بمبار كلا سمة غدا وما نصنع حسب قرن أفريقيا
Really hard to just kind of find words to express how we all felt.
Everybody has that feeling like this is our community.
I saw a lot of people coming from all over the world.
500,000 people pile up in one street and not even see one single incident.
People are very, very happy and they want to celebrate and it's amazing.
I really love them because they're all together as one.
The 25th of May 2016 marked Eritrea's 25th independence anniversary, an important milestone in the young nation's history, a gallant history of triumph over successive colonialists, Ethiopia being the last and bloodiest. Eritrea's long and bitter 30-year struggle for independence began in 1961, after the Eritrean people's right to self-determination was denied. The war had ended when the gallant Eritrean People's Liberation Army entered triumphantly into Asmara, the nation's capital, on the morning of the 24th of May, 1991. This film will show the Eritrean people's ambitious and equally arduous journey to rebuild their war-torn nation amidst a challenging and hostile global environment. If any people deserve to celebrate their independence in grand style, it is the Eritreans. And they did. The sight of thousands of young and old Eritreans who came home to participate in Eritrea's 25th Independence Jubilee celebrations is a proud testament to the Eritrean people's unwavering patriotism. The 25th Independence Anniversary Eritrea was celebrated in grand style in neighbouring states in Africa and throughout the world, in cities across Europe, the Middle East, and the United States. Nationwide regional celebrations have become a well-established genre of national commemoration in Eritrea, and for the Jubilee celebrations, the events also took place at local neighbourhoods and communities too. Pre-independence events included the tour of the independence torch through villages and towns that witnessed Ethiopia's brutality during the war for Eritrea's liberation. The massacres of innocent villagers by Ethiopian forces included the 1967 Hazamo massacres, in which several villagers were wiped out and the throats of men slit in front of their wives and children.
كابن لعلي مرجلز قباني كابن لعلي خذكري قباني كابن لعلي ما ناسوس من ده خذكرهم من ده قلت له كله كم حدا أكل كله كم حدا صدره.
1970 saw the worst of the Ethiopian regime, scorched earth policies, as the entire village of Basik Dera was rounded up into the local mosque and the mosque doors were locked, and the building was then razed. Survivors were shot.
إذا هزبزي بزح حماق نجار أحلي فيه بزح تمكرات على خب قربات هاجرات ولا خبتن حيالات بهلا هاجرات وانتفتين وزحالة فيه حجي زخون نجار مستفتن كا قبلي حوس لزوجك إزي حجي زقات موزولو نزه هزبزي تزقل عليه وناتو زخف أحلي فيه.
أعتقد كم عسران حمشتن عمت ناصنتنا شتتهم كلهم بتصتنا سسوقوا له مدرك كيدو زمحل زلوا خوين يسمعك خلا أي داق ما يدمحل زلوا خوين يسمعك سلازل لك أخذ منفسكم نير.
The Independence Day celebration was preceded by a week of elaborate programs of music shows, sports events and cultural performances to entertain and educate the hundreds of thousands of visitors, which included long-time friends of Eritrean people, as well as several international artists, journalists and tourists. As part of the Jubilee celebrations, there were numerous exciting programs including concerts, colourful street carnivals, various visual arts exhibitions by more than 70 artists and bands who performed to the crowds of several sizzling stages at various venues throughout the Asmara.
When the show was over, and then the president came downstairs from the tribune, and there were all the dancers, the young dancers. And immediately it was a great joy and was a really special, great energy when he comes down. And I put me amidst these people, and it was really joy. And this was really impressive.
I think it's a positive thing that we were brought here and that we need to go back and spread the word.
We have so much in Uganda that we are not proud of it. And yet there is almost nothing here. And you're so proud of it. I think that's the greatest message that I feel I would get the powers to widely.
Very impressed of the landscape and impressed of the beautiful nature Eritrea has. Yesterday we had the opportunity to go to Massawa. We had the opportunity to be the first in the Red Sea. I've never been there, and it was very impressive.
Asmara's Art Nouveau and Art Deco buildings rival any found elsewhere in the world. Visitors watched the Jubilee celebrations while taking in the sound, sights and sounds along the boulevard. The Jubilee events featured daily and nightly events and activities ranging from stage shows and concerts to exhibitions. The street carnivals, exhibitions and musical performances told the nation's story, from the days of the liberation struggle to Eritrea's post-independence nation-building endeavours. Nationalism played an integral role in the long struggle for Eritrea's independence and in the evolution of a distinct Eritrean national identity, and were depicted in the various events. The performances showcased the best of traditional and contemporary Eritrea across the full range of the arts, including theatre, literature, traditional music and dance. The numerous cafes were filled to capacity, as were the bars and eateries. Various performances took place in historic theatres and opera houses all over the city.
The first story that I was doing was the Independence Day celebrations, and one thing that struck me was the fact that there were lots and lots of people from the diaspora had come back to join in the anniversary of 25 years of independence. And so my first reports mentioned that, and I sort of, in my reporting I say it's ironic because Eritrea is known as a country that everybody wants to run away from, but actually there are, and I was careful, I said there are thousands of people from the diaspora coming back, because I knew there were more than hundreds just because of the people who were on the planes with me and others, and also all the hotels were full, and I'm pretty sure there were tens of thousands or even more, but I thought let me just be very careful and say thousands. And the editors back in London, lots of them were saying, Mary, are you sure that you must have got that wrong? Can you take that line out about the diaspora going back, because that's not what's happening in Eritrea. Everyone's leaving. And I was like, well, I'm here. Listen to the people on the radio reports and look at the people in the TV.
Visitors to Eritrea were surprised at every turn. Eritrea's exemplary ethnic and religious cultures of respect and tolerance and harmonious interactions of thousands in the boulevards exemplified the people's unity and diversity. Eritrea's achievements in the last 25 years is not only a testament to Eritrea's economic viability, but also a negation of prevailing narratives on the country and its people. The week-long celebrations were capped by a breathtaking firework extravaganza set against the historic cityscape. Contrary to the prevailing narratives on Eritrea and the People's Front for Democracy and Justice, Eritrea's state-building process is a lot stronger than that of those who have been endowed with strong international support. The world has isolated itself from this young nation and its people, but the isolation produced unexpected results.
If you come to Eritrea and see on your own with the right lenses, you're likely to go back to your headquarters and revise your predictions, revise your narrative on Eritrea.
Relying on their own human and material resources, they have managed to rehabilitate the country's debilitated infrastructures inherited at independence and established a firm foundation for developing and strengthening their nascent institutions.
Conditions are good here, good location, you have a good educated population, you have connections to the outside world, you have this strong diaspora, with this you can work together. I think there are you can do a lot of things in the economic field.
Eritrea has made significant progress in terms of education, healthcare and food security, and is one of the handful of countries in sub-Saharan Africa that has achieved 7 out of the 8 UN Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, and the only one to have met 4 goals related to health. Most importantly, Eritrea has made tremendous stride in developing its human capital. The Red Sea is the world's last great unspoiled tropical paradise, and Eritrea is endowed with over 2,000 kilometers of pristine coastlines, with rich marine resources where over 10,000 fish species and 200 species of corals are found. Watching giant sea turtles on its sandy beaches and dolphins playing in its warm waters are a visitor's delight. Eritrea has over 350 species of birds and seabirds. The flamingos, sterns, seagulls, herons and pelicans fill the warm skies. Today, Eritrea has managed to develop its promising mining sector, and this has created greater opportunities for the people. Investment opportunities in its mining sector include large deposits of gold, copper, zinc and potash. Eritrea's long struggle to defend the human rights of its citizens has been misinterpreted in the last decade through a concerted, organised campaign of vilification. Eritrea's record speaks for itself. It's a record that goes back to the days of the struggle, and the manner with which Ethiopian prisoners of war is an example of the humane nature of the front, its fighters, the people of Eritrea. During the War for Liberation, the Ethiopian army harassed Eritrean civilians, massacred, tortured, burned and razed several villages across the country. Over the years, thousands of Ethiopian soldiers were captured by the EPLF. The prisoners of war whose existence was denied by the Ethiopian government were not harmed by their captors. Instead, they were provided food and shelter, healthcare and education. The POWs were accorded equal treatment as the liberation fighters and provided education and training. Just like the Eritrean fighters, they performed in educational and entertainment dramas and musical productions. Some remained fought alongside the EPLF against the brutal Ethiopian occupying forces. In 1991, at independence, thousands of Ethiopians found themselves stranded in liberated Eritrea. But once again, the Eritrean people gave them safe passage back to Ethiopia. The independence torchlighting by Zaresane Tadesse, Eritrea's first Olympic medalist, kicked off the centerpiece of the commemorative events on Independence Day by Bati Meskerem, where Isaias Afewerki, Eritrea's president, government officials joined members of the diplomatic corps and invited guests to watch an impressive cultural program by local performers, international music artists, and a parade by school children. And the Eritreans celebrated their hard-won independence then, as they do today.
مساسينو في نقعة زمرق اسمعوا كمباريو